game on the menu tonight, folks, between the UCLA Bruins and the NC State Wolfpack. There's a look, Dick, at the starting lineups.
We have two excellent players matched at the point guard position. It's going to be interesting to watch how they each try to get their team involved throughout the game.
Tonight we've got two big men that'll battle it out at the power forward spot. Number 41 is the kind of leader a coach loves to have out on the floor.
The player who'll be guarding tonight is also a great floor general, Brad. This should be a classic matchup.
Well, partner, I say let's get to the action on the court, and we'll see how this one plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. The Bruins snatch the tip, and the offense moves into position. Here comes the ball screen. For the bucket. Great way to open a ball game with a basket in the opening seconds.
That'll give you some confidence.
Number 11 is whistled for the foul. First team foul. Who will win the battle of tempos here tonight? That's what we want to know right now, Dick.
Well, Brad, controlling the tempo can be very difficult, especially for the entire game. But if you stick with your strengths and make changes when needed, winning becomes a lot easier.
Bailey receives the ball. He can't get any more open than that. Misses from the outside. Controlling the ball. He missed on the steal. That's going to be the offense's game.
Yes, sir. They got the advantage right there once he misses that gamble.
Check out the replay, Dick. Definitely worth being part of our Pontiac game-changing performance.
Talk about highlight material, Mr. Nessler. That's a strong candidate for our Pontiac game-changing performance.
On the dribble, gives it up. Ten seconds remaining on the shot clock. Strokes the two. Working it around the perimeter. For two, number 25 is whistled for the defensive foul. The Bruins will step to the line for the first time. First one, good.
Makes those free throws count. Let's go back on that campus. It's BMOC. Big man on campus, baby.
The Wolfpacks are on the run. Looking for a good shot. Bailey may have escaped one there. The shooting guard takes the pass. They work it around the perimeter. Boy, terrible execution on offense. Now they work it around the perimeter. A little two-man action. Goes up for two. Got to control yourself. With the freebie. He buries it. Misses the second. Gets the rebound.
Once you get that board, you got to be looking up court.
The Wolfpacks with the push. Isolated on the outside. They work it around the arc, looking for the open jumper. for two. The land.
Instead of giving him that, use a foul.
They'd like to get it inside to the low block. Unable to so far. Nice job of packing it in defensively.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job packing it in. Done a great job of anticipating that lateral pass.
Number 13 with the foul. First personal foul. They're set to throw it in from the side. On the outside. The ball goes out of bounds. Oh, the cheerleaders into it big time for their team.
They are really involved. I'll tell you one thing, they bring a lot of spirit.
And a momentary look from three-point land. For the bucket, off the rim and no good. Who will win the battle of tempos here tonight? That's what we want to know right now, Dick.
Well, Brad, controlling the tempo can be very difficult, especially for the entire game. But if you stick with your strengths and make changes when needed, winning becomes a lot easier.
For two, way off target. The Wolfpack's pushing the ball in transition. Lowe receives the ball.
Up and inside.
Turnaround jumper.
Good second opportunity. Hustle, baby, hustle.
That's a momentum buster.
He's here to fight, baby. I'll tell you, he missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle, was locking on the box.
He takes the rebound. Coach wants them to set up offensively now. There's the tempo for the game thus far.
These teams are selectively pushing the ball and looking for transition opportunities.
The basket counts for the deuce, and they'll send him to the line.
He's a meat and potatoes kind of guy, Brad.
Was the made basket the meat or the potato stick?
Hey, that was the meat and the potatoes. Now he's going to the line for the gravy.
To the line. Well, the arc looked good. Well, thank you for joining us tonight with Dick Vitale and Aaron Andrews. I'm Brad Nessler. They're working around the arc. He's in the clear. Questionable shot selection there.
Brad, I can guarantee you that he's not the guy they want shooting the ball.
Count's getting high. That tight defense forces a 5-second call. Burns looks to record his first minutes.
He provides a nice push offensively and defensively for this play.
Johnson receives the pass. Goes up for two. Off the rim and no good.
Look at that spacing.
Turns it over. Burns receives the ball. Both teams looking to get things going here. Moving it around the perimeter. Now the turnaround jumper. They just can't find the open seams on the floor.
They're struggling to score right now.
Myers receives the pass. Work the perimeter.
Spacing so important. Get 15 to 17 feet apart.
Tries for two. Way off target. Looking to move it around. Great shot. On the outside for the bucket, and off the mark, up and in. They work it around the perimeter. With the catch, nice execution on the spin.
I'll tell you, great spin move to the basket.
Number 25 comes back into the game.
I'll tell you, they need their leadership out there. This kid's got leadership skills, just like you, Mr. Nessler.
He goes to the line for the first time. Good. That line is really being good to him tonight, Dick.
That line's always good, Brad. These guys just have to make good use of it.
He misses the second. A lopsided effort on the boards.
These kids are monsters underneath.
Lowe handles the pass.
Try to go inside.
Lets it fly. Off the mark. We take a look here at each team's tempo, Dick.
Hey, the key to this game is not just who will set the tempo, but who can control it throughout the game.
They go with the entry pass on the post. Turnaround jumper.
I tell you, what a nice turnaround jump shot. Soft as velvet, fading away, impossible to block.
Number 45 receives the pass. Looking for a good shot.
Nice fake.
For two. Number 25 picks up the defensive foul. First personal foul. Malik checks back into the ballgame.
Yeah, I knew they couldn't leave him out for too long.
Let's go courtside. What do you got for us, Aaron?
Brad and Dick, not too many differences between these two players. Seems as though they're almost canceling each other out on the floor. This now could come down to which team is stronger.
Thanks, Aaron. Our trusty sideline reporter, Aaron Andrews, keeping everyone on their toes there on the sideline. What are some of the things that up-tempo teams will look to do, Dick?
Definitely. They like to take it to you, and they do it with speed, which is tough to keep up with. A frantic pace is definitely to their advantage.
The power forward takes the pass. Cross court. Ten on the shot clock. The lay-in. Well, let's take a look at the tempo each team is going to try to set for this game, Richard.
Well, whenever you have two teams looking to control the speed of the game, you need to keep your eye on how each team makes changes. Setting the tempo can be an advantage, but adapting can be just as important.
Pull-up jumper left side. Dempsey makes his debut into the game.
I'll tell you, this kid comes in with fire, Brad. He really knows how to bring them.
Chance for an easy one. Hits the first shot. He doesn't miss that opportunity either.
The offense is having a hard time finding the open look.
Great defense. They've got him trapped. Great composure to pass it out of the trap. From left of the circle. I wonder if he's ever going to get any help from his teammates, Dick. He's doing it all and then some.
This is a one-man show right now, Brad. This is supposed to be a team game.
The Bruins have a strong recruiting class. It's going to be fun to see if these gifted freshmen develop over the years.
Trying to get that ball movement, get that good spacing.
Now the turnaround jumper.
I'll tell you, what a nice turnaround jump shot. Soft as velvet, fading away, impossible to block. Excellent spacing. That's so important to a good offensive set. It's even more important to have talented guards like they have.
Yeah, that helps. Goes to the line for the first time. He makes it. Got them both.
Oh, he drained it. Nothing but nylon, MBN.
The man might be in a little bit of trouble here, Dick.
Great composure to pass it despite the trap, Brad.
They've got him right where they want him, Richard. Now looking to attack. They work the perimeter. He's all alone. Nope. He gets the board. Goes up for two. Up and in. Let's go courtside. What do you got for us, Aaron?
Coach has been very animated over here on the sidelines. His team is doing a great job of following strategy and playing that up-tempo style. I'm sure he'll continue to encourage them over the course of the game to ensure they don't stray away from what's working.
Aaron Andrews, our sideline correspondent, as usual, providing that extra bit of insight. Lowe comes back out onto the floor.
Major swing and energy with him back on the floor, Brad. I like it when a team gets to the free throw line. It shows that they're being aggressive. The key is to get to the line early in the game and often.
Hits the second. That trap could spell some trouble.
And now he finds right away, head up, get the head up, find the open guy, give it up, give the rock up.
And there's a whistle and a foul on the inside.
What a great job of putting the ball to the floor and attacking the basket, taking advantage of a slow post play. So many teams get bumped on screens when you inbounds the ball from the baseline. Tempo of the game really important here. You want to establish some good tempo.
Bailey handles the pass. The Wolfpack are now in the bonus. Oh, and you can see the frustration as he picks up the foul.
Oh, that's a bad foul right there, Brad.
Steps to the line for an easy one. Foul shot, no good. And they can't find the rhythm at the line.
I see a lot of them rushing their shots, Brad.
Tries for two. Dick, they really need to get something going in a hurry here.
Yeah, call a timeout and get your boys into the game, Brad.
With the catch. Nice execution on the spin. That bucket counts, and he'll go to the line.
Hey, excellent job there, drawing the foul and finishing the hoop.
Number 25 makes the substitution back into the ballgame.
Well, Brad, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of energy he comes with.
Number 45 steps to the charity stripe. He missed it. Long down court pass. He shoots from right of the circle.
In and out with tough luck.
Number 25 receives the ball.
Coming inside.
Ten seconds to get it off. For the bucket. Doesn't go. Pushes it up. Here we go on the break. The shooting guard receives the pass. Working it around the perimeter. For two. Can't get the shot to go. Goes up for two. The land. And there's what the game tempo is looking like tonight.
Hey, Brad, that doesn't surprise me. The pace has been quite hectic.
Looking for a good shot. Tries for two. Yikes, misses the easy one. Henderson receives the ball. Turnaround jumper. Aggressively grabs the ball.
As soon as you get that defensive rebound, you should be looking to push the ball.
They work it around the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock. Trying to feed inside. Turnaround jumper.
I tell you, what a nice turnaround jump shot. Soft as velvet, fading away, impossible to block.
As we continue to track the game's tempo.
Two teams who are picking and choosing when they want to push the ball, Brad.
The shooting guard with the ball. Now trying to feed the low block. Gets the feed down low. Now the turnaround jumper. He grabs the rebound. Now they work it around the perimeter. The skip pass is picked off. Nice hop.
Bailey, 4-2. The assistant number 5.
Isolated on the outside. They work it around the arc, looking for the open jumper. That's going to be charging.
I disagree, but great play.
Number 25 is put back in the game.
Hey, this team easily comes apart without him out there, Brad.
Johnson handles the pass. Off the rim and no good. Gave it up. For the bucket. They still don't score. They'd like to get it inside to the low block. Unable to so far. Nice job of packing it in defensively.
Yeah, they're really doing a great job packing it in. Did a great job of anticipating that lateral pass. Great anticipation defensively.
On the outside. For two. Way off target. Here they go in transition. And in and out. Great defense, forcing a call of 5 seconds. On the dribble, gives it up. He takes the open jumper. He misses from long distance. Myers handles the pass. Did he get there?
Great anticipation by the young guy.
Number 25 checks in the game again.
Hey, always interesting to see how players respond after a bit of a breather.
Had a momentary look from three-point land. Goes up for two. Up and in. Pushes it up. Tries for two. The land.
Coming inside.
turnaround jumper. Strong rebound.
They need to get out and run their lanes now.
Pull-up jumper from way out, and he misses the shot. Who will win the battle of tempos here tonight? That's what we want to know right now, Dick.
Well, Brad, controlling the tempo can be very difficult, especially for the entire game. But if you stick with your strengths and make changes when needed, winning becomes a lot easier.
Gave it up. Ten seconds showing on the shot clock. Proctor receives the pass for the bucket. Perfectly executed. One thing I've noticed about up-tempo teams is the manner in which they rebound, Dick.
Hey, usually they're always looking to run. They like to get the rebound and go. They like to really push the ball up court and attack. I'll tell you, he missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle, was locking on the box.
Given makes his first appearance.
I tell you, this youngster can provide a spark on either side of the floor, Brad.
He steps up to the line. Makes the first shot. He makes them both. They've got him trapped. Low. May have escaped one there. Number 45 is down emotionally right now, Dick.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see this, Brad. I feel for him.
For two. Perfectly executed. Shot clock is dead. Bailey receives the ball. On the dribble, gives it up. Whistled for the foul. With the pair. Routine. He gets it to go. The point guard takes the feed.
Escape the trap.
With the big shot. Misses from three-point land. At the end of the first half, the Wolfpack are trailing by 10. Well, let's rewind a little bit here and watch the play of the half. Dick, what do you see or maybe not see with the points of emphasis?
Well, Brad, the points of emphasis I brought up at the beginning of the game fall in line with their team style of play. If they don't execute these points, they're going to have a tough time winning games.
Well put, and we'll see how these teams do in the second half. Number 25 re-enters the ballgame.
Quick blow, and he's ready to go.
Dick, in the second half, our player matchup update, and they're playing very, very even right now, and they're not making mistakes.
I tell you what, not making mistakes, and both are doing a great job getting to the free throw line. I think that's been essential, and they're converting on the line.
They'll throw it in from the side. He launches a three. He can't get the hoop to fall. Dick, I'm really impressed at how quickly they get back on defense.
I'm more impressed with how quickly they respond to the correct rotations.
He could not get more wide open. Can't connect. The shooting guard takes the pass. With tons of room.
I wish somebody would knock down a jumper. Hey, that guy had 1,400 on his boards. And look at him running out there like a wacko. Oh, man. Look at that wacko.
They'll work it around the arc. He shoots from the top of the key. Missed the jumper. You can't get away with that. Number 25 steps to the line for the first time. Gets his first. He can't get one to fall.
Look at that spacing.
Goes up for two. Shot off. Moving it around the perimeter. Now looking to create with a ball screen.
Hey, the pick and roll is one play that so many teams use these days. A great way to buy a step for the dribbler.
Number 45 gets the ball. Tries for two. Off the rim and no good. Number 31 takes the feed. Works the perimeter.
Spacing so important. Get 15 to 17 feet apart.
He gets the bucket to drop and gets the foul.
He felt the pressure on the way up, but managed to keep himself focused on the rim.
At the free throw line. Opportunity. Sinks it. Eludes the trap there. Looking to move it around the perimeter. Tries to turn. The defense comes up with a play.
What a terrific play to stop that spin move.
Bailey handles the feed. Here comes a pick.
Hey, ball screens are such an important part of the game these days. Guys are so creative when it comes to using that ball screen.
Too strong. On the outside. For the bucket.
Little bump. Says, I like that. Now let's see if we can convert.
Oh, the cheerleaders into it big time for their team.
They are really involved. I'll tell you one thing, they bring a lot of spirit.
So he'll get an opportunity to change the scoreboard again from the free throw line.
Well, he created a foul opportunity.
He misses his second shot. They haven't been able to put it in from the line all night.
Hey, this is how you win ball games, guys.
At the foul line. Misses the first. He hits his second. A great trap initiated by the defense. Now it comes the other way. They work it around the perimeter. The shot from the baseline. He misses the J. And there's sort of a snapshot of our game tempo.
The back and forth action is definitely the reason why we are getting that reading, Brad.
Looking for a good shot. For two. Nope. Goes up for two. Up and in.
Trying to get that ball movement, get that good spacing.
He attempts the jump shot. Nails a sweet jumper.
Number 13, 4-2.
Gave it up. And that's going to be an offensive foul for sure.
What a great job defensively. What a super job. Great footwork. And he really draws the charge.
On the dribble, gives it up. Number 13 is charged with the foul. Third personal foul. And he's going to pick up the foul, and oh, look at the look on his face.
I'll tell you what, he's disgusted, but so is his coach.
Eludes the trap there.
Excellent spacing. That's so important to a good offensive set. It's even more important to have talented guards like they have.
Yeah, that helps. Takes his jumper, buries the deuce. And the jam.
Bailey, 4-2.
Low handles the feed. Inside. Tries for two. Gibbons picks up the foul. Third team foul.
I think it's important to get to the free throw line, Brad. It demonstrates that you're playing aggressively and that you're not settling for the jumper.
Second shot, no good. This team has got to be so frustrated. They are terrible at the free throw line tonight, Dick.
Frustration only makes it worse, Brad. They have to figure out what they're doing wrong and fix it.
From three-point range. And he can't hit the shot. Leonard handles the pass. They work the perimeter. For the bucket, foul charge. Number 25 subs back into the thick of things, Dick.
Hey, you can't keep a guy like this out for too long, Brad. He's just too valuable.
At the free throw line. He gets it to go. Both free throws go. Traps in place, Dick.
Hey, dodge one there, Brad.
10-second violation.
Can't remember the last time I heard that one, Brad.
Entry pass in the paint for two. He forces another bad shot.
That is not how you win ball games, Mr. Nessler.
Johnson receives the ball. Turnaround jumper.
I tell you, what a nice turnaround jump shot. Soft as velvet, fading away, impossible to block. Dump it inside. Nice step in it, man. Take a look right here. Little Barishnikov in shorts, little ballerina hanging in the air.
He's a jack of all trades. Burns receives the pass. Here's a nice face-up down on the low block.
Oh, he did a great job face up and then just attacked them and took it to the basket.
Goes up for two. The lay-in. Battle handles the feed. Working it around the perimeter. Tries for two. Can't get the shot to go. The point guard takes the pass.
He didn't have the good angle. They should have got it to him about a second earlier.
Kicks it out. Number 31 is called for the foul. 5th team foul. Well, Dick, there's a look at the foul situation.
Well, you know, Brad, a lot of times the first team to the bonus will get the advantage. That means they're playing aggressive basketball. It means they get to the charity stripe quicker and have an opportunity to rack up some easy points.
Got them both.
He converts on that free throw line, and that's major.
They've got him right where they want him, Dick. Great composure to pass it out of the trap. Bailey may have escaped one there. Goes up. And it's in and out. Number 24 gets the pass. Looking for a good shot. Good defensive stance there against the spin move.
Well, the key is to beat him to the spot, and he did a great job. He anticipated that spin move.
They work it around the perimeter. And there's a lazy pass. It's stolen away. Turnover. Will it turn into two the other way?
Good score out of transition, baby.
Henderson receives the pass. Now they work it around the perimeter. They've got him trapped here, Dick.
Great trap, Brad.
Number 24 grabs it. Isolated on the outside. They work it around the arc, looking for the open jumper. Five-second count winding down. The bucket counts and one.
Hey, great composure to take the foul and still get the shot off.
Number 25 makes his way back into the ballgame. You think it's a good move, Dick?
Yeah, it's a move you've got to make, Brad. This guy holds this club together.
Count it. Pushes it up. Dick, when I see those types of things, I just get chills.
Hey, this place is remarkable. The noise is deafening.
He passes it out of the trap. And the ball goes out of play. They might have him in some trouble here, Dick.
Hey, they got him in some trouble, Brad.
Lowe receives the ball. They'd like to get it inside to the low block. Unable to so far. Nice job of packing it in defensively.
Yeah, really doing a great job packing it in. Then a great job of anticipating that lateral pass. Anybody to you, baby.
What would you be saying to your team, Dick, right now if you were on the sideline?
I've been telling them to play tough on the defensive end. Right now, getting stops are key. Just trading baskets isn't going to help. You need to keep your opponent from putting up points. I'd also make sure everyone knew what we were doing on offense. You need to have all 5 guys working together if you want to execute down the stretch.
Let's get ready to resume the action. Cross court. Three. He nails the bucket. In terms of balanced teams, what might we expect from them game to game, Dick?
Definitely, Brad. They prefer a more balanced style, picking and choosing when to force the tempo and when to settle down in the half court.
NC State is now in the bonus. visit the charity stripe. Cashed it in. Gets 2 at the charity stripe. Really getting after it, pressuring the inbounder. Passes it out of the trap. Bailey may have escaped one there. The shooting guard takes the pass. They look to get it to the inside. 10 on the shot clock. Cross court. Lots of room. He misses from the outside. Gave it up. For the bucket, way off target. On the dribble, gives it up. They get an open look for 3. Comes up empty. The point guard with the ball. On the outside. The Bruins are going to try to hold on to the lead here, but should probably do so by playing in the half court as opposed to that up-tempo style, Dick.
I think they'll look to settle down. They should be running longer offensive sets, which allow for the ball to move and the clock to wind down. I'll be surprised if there are any early shots.
Number 45 gets the pass. Number 25 is called for the defensive foul. 3rd personal foul. Number 45 goes to the line, shooting 2. Smother the inbounder. There's a look at the current tempo for the game.
These teams are selectively pushing the ball and looking for transition opportunities. Handle the trap really well there, Brad.
For 2. Up and in. Way out on top, controlling the ball. The lay-in. I think they're trying to make a statement. So they'll inbound on the near sideline. Had a momentary look from three-point land. Goes up for 2. Up and in. Dick, where's the defense coming up short here?
Hey, they're really not, Brad. The O just has it going on.
Number 45 receives the pass. Tries for 2. In and out. For the bucket. With the layup. For 2. Foul call. Chance to get an easy one here. No good. Second shot, good. Man might be in a little bit of trouble here, Dick. Passes it out of the trap. The ball goes out of play. He intercepts it.
Up and inside.
On the shot clock. That's good. Well, Mr. Vitale, it looks like we're in for a great finish here.
In close games like this, Brad, offensive and defensive execution is very important.
Johnson receives the ball. Picked off. Pushing in transition.
I'll tell you, he missed the post guy. The post guy had the great angle, was locking on a box.
He lets it go. He misses the J. Burns handles the feed. Gave it up. Tries for two. Whistled for the foul. Makes the first.
Takes those free throws count. Let's go back on that campus as BMOC. Big man on campus, baby.
On the dribble, gives it up. Great composure to pass it out of the trap.
He almost found himself in some trouble there, Brad.
They'll work it around the arc for two. The lay. And the fans here are loving the action.
Oh, I couldn't agree with you more, Mr. Nessler. We are so lucky that we get to go to all these schools and experience the mayhem firsthand.
May have escaped one there. Leonard handles the feed.
Look at that spacing.
For the deuce. Perfectly executed. So timeout. Dick, how'd you conduct your timeouts?
You know, I talked to my coaching staff at first. We would sit down, talk to each other for a moment, then have a game plan as to what we're going to do. Organize the players and make sure all five knew about time, strategy, and score.
They'll throw this one in from the side. Moving it around the perimeter. He goes up with it. He got the bucket and the foul.
Hey, the foul in the act couldn't stop him, baby. He wanted that bucket.
Number 13 to the line for one. Just like in practice. The Wolfpacks are considered pretty balanced, I think, when talking about their style of play. Wouldn't you say, Dick?
They feel they are more successful when they focus their attention on doing a bit of both, Brad. They have the personnel to be able to play up-tempo at one end and play in the half court at the other.
He shoots from right of the circle. Jumper won't go. The shooting guard takes the pass. Work the perimeter.
Spacing so important. Get 15 to 17 feet apart.
He shoots from the baseline. He misses the jumper. Lowe handles the feed. 10 seconds showing on the shot clock. He puts it up. He gets it to fall. Looking to move it around the perimeter. Ten seconds to put it up for the bucket. They still don't score. Lowe handles the pass. On the outside. Goes up for two. Doesn't go. One thing I've noticed about up-tempo teams is the manner in which they rebound, Dick.
Up-tempo teams really like to get possession of that ball off the glass and fill the lanes quickly. They want to be able to create numbers to get a 3-on-2, 4-on-3, 2-on-1 advantage.
Dick, we all know how important it is to get to the free throw line.
Well, there's no doubt about it. I think it's such an unbelievable plus. It means you're playing aggressive basketball, you're playing attacking basketball, and you're creating all kinds of foul problems for the opponent.
Oh, this man's in trouble. Lowe may have escaped one there. Gave it up. Goes up. He misses the J. Pushes it up. For two. Off the rim and no good. Rims out. Well, whose team tempo will win out? That's the question right here, Dick.
You know, Brad, tempo is always important. Every team has their philosophy, and it's up to the players to follow the game plan.
And he goes with a spin.
I tell you, field the deep.
Basket's good, and he got a little charity for his effort.
Hey, he did a good job of keeping himself under control despite the foul.
With the free one. Sinks it. That bucket cuts the lead to one.
I told you there was a lot of time, Brad. Great pass out of the trap, Brad.
Eludes the trap there. UCLA is in the double bonus. Opportunity now for an easy one. Gets the first shot. Both shots good. They've got him right where they want him, Dick. Great composure to pass it out of the trap. The man might be in a little bit of trouble here, Dick.
Great composure to pass it despite the trap, Brad.
Defense made him keep it too long. This game is not over, Dick, and I mean not by a long shot.
Absolutely not, Brad. I think the momentum actually shifted on that play.
Shot clock is dead. Now it's a matter of clock management, isn't it, Dick?
Right, Brad. They have to foul in order to stop the clock, Brad.
He goes to the line. Hits the first. I think the coach is going to have to make some changes here, Dick. The players are starting to look really tired out there.
A bucket here is crucial.
Timeout on the floor. Aaron Andrews, what do you got for us, EA?
With limited time remaining, it's very important that the players have a clear understanding of what the coach wants them to do when they return to the floor. They'll have to be on the same page or else it could cost them the game.
What does this team need to do out of this timeout to be successful here, Dick?
Well, on offense, they need to get their scorers good looks at the basket. Nothing is worse than coming out of a timeout and not knowing who you're trying to get the ball to. Defensively, I'm sure their coach is preaching intensity and rebound.
Cross court. And the clock stopped with a foul.
If you want to know how aggressive a team is, you check to see how many times they go to the free throw line. That's a great indicator.
He sinks both of them. Dick, they're really getting it done from the line tonight, aren't they?
And a surprisingly collective effort, Brad.
Bailey receives the ball. They've got him trapped.
Escape the trap.
The Wolfpack's in transition. This is the big time. Misses from way outside. Dick, for the people at home, why don't you recap our points of emphasis?
Those points of emphasis are based on a team style of play. Delivering on all, if not most of those points, should help secure the victory. Understanding your team's strengths and weaknesses is so important, Brad. I can't emphasize that enough.
You've got to know your strengths and weaknesses, and if you don't, it often results in losses. Dick, you look back, it was a great matchup. We expected it to be, and it turned out to be everything we'd hoped for.
I'll tell you one thing, the team has really responded as a unit, and they've taken advantage of the abilities of their stars.
NC State find themselves on the losing end of a good game.
They'll be disappointed to come up short to such an evenly matched team.
Brad Nessler saying so long for my partners, Dick Vitale and Aaron Andrews. Thanks for joining us.
All right, that was got close there at the end. I thought that was going to be an upset there at the end, pulling it out, but too many mistakes. All right, so go ahead and close this down, and we'll take a look at all the teams involved and the results of the first round. I guess you'd call it. It's not really a week. It's not really a game. So let me go ahead and get to the other part of this. There it is. There it stopped. Need that for now, so we'll close that. And let me bring this in back. There's what we're looking at. This was the first game, if you missed it. That one actually started out as a blowout as well. And then this one, UCLA got off to a quick start. Wolfpack caught up and then let them get away again at the end. So that's the scores of everything. We were playing with some settings there for a little bit, so that's probably not going to mean much. But it did give them a win, although I think they would have won it anyway. This would have been lower scores. All right, so flip over here to the rankings. There's what we look like after one game. And then the teams that are involved are listed here. If you miss anybody, you can pause it to get a gander at them. That's everybody involved. The reason I chose this game is because it already has the teams unlocked, and I was able to find a file that had them named already, so it saved me a lot of time from having to name them, which I actually was already 30 in when I found the file. But it saved me from having to do the rest of them, so. The schedule is generated by me. It is 12 or 31 games per team. There are 64 teams, and so we're going to go 31 rounds, as you can see on the bottom here. And then once those rounds are completed, these rankings will determine the top 32, and those 32 will do our version of March Madness. I need to look at that page because it did not update the pictures. Oh, I think I was working on the script and disabled it, so I'll fix that later. So that's what we're doing for the basketball. And then tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to start the historic NCAA 11 football on PS2. Pretty much the same reason. That game already has all the teams unlocked, and I did actually have to name those, so it took me a while. There's, I believe, 101, and then I added one to make the scheduling easier. And then Sunday morning we will do our per league historic extreme regulation or relegation. In Madden 2005, we did playing games for all the historic teams in the collector's edition, which is 170 something, 175, 4, somewhere in there. The ones that won their playing brackets we then named and put them into a schedule just kind of like this. Well, not exactly the same, but close. And then they will pretty much play the same way with the regular playoffs. Not the new, actually, I think I did change it to the new format. So there'll be 7, I think, for AFC and 7 for the NFC for the NFL playoffs. And we're going to try to start that Sunday morning. We'll be out of town next week. And so I don't know how we're going to work that. I might just skip the week and then come back the week after and resume. But the plan is basketball Friday nights, college football Saturday mornings, and pro football Sunday mornings. At least that's the hope. So I appreciate you guys checking this out. I get them moved over to YouTube if you guys want to watch them back later or tell anybody about them. That's where they can find them. Same channel name, Sour 0329.